Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing another episode of World in Flames Collector's Edition, Days of Decision 3, Combined Game Playthrough number 2. This will be the November-December turn, 1937. And last turn, I forgot to mention it, that the rolls for the U.S. entry for Japan, the raw rolls were a 6 and a 2, which modified to a 5 and a 1, which gives Japan a U.S. entry of -1 for the turn. And I think that's about it. I'm going to try to get more dice rolls on camera. I got a box for that now, so we'll see how that works out. Seems like I always try to do that, but I end up just not, because I don't want to send dice through a pile of counters and scatter everything. So, but we'll see. I got a box for it. I'll see how that works out. All right. Without further ado, let's go take a look at starting money. Okay, starting money for this turn is we have Germany at 1, Japan at -2, Italy at 0, the USSR at 0, the Commonwealth at 0, France at -1, the USA at -4, and China at -4. We have one major power which will be getting bonus bid points this turn because didn't get a chance to do a political option last turn. That will be Italy. So I had thought about it. I had thought that originally that none of the major powers would actually bid this turn, with the possible exception of the Italians, but look at it, and there's always something that the major powers seem to want to do, regardless of how much money they have or don't have. So that looks something like this. We have Italy bidding 1, Germany bidding 1, the Commonwealth bidding 1, and the USSR bidding 1. Generally, most major powers will bid 1 every turn, unless they really have something they really want to get done. Then they might up their bids a bit. But the major powers right now seem to be occupied with getting naval units built. At least the democracies do anyways. Alright, so let's see how this nets out. Let's go take a look at the political initiative track. Alright. We have Italy bidding 1. They get +2 for their current position, and they get a +3 for bonus bid points from last turn. Their +3 is derived from their political effectiveness. They are a 3, so they get 3 bonus bid points for not getting a political option last turn. So that gives them a 6. That's going to put them in number 1. The Germans bid 1. They're going to get a +3. That's going to give them a 4. The Commonwealth also bid 1. They're going to get a +3. They're both +3 here for 4 as well. The tie is going to be broken by the political effectiveness. The Germans are at 5, excuse me. And the Commonwealth, where are you? Right here, is at 3. So the Germans are going to break that tie. And they will be 2. The Commonwealth will come in 3. The Soviet Union bid 1. They get a +1 for 2. That will give them 4th. So the first to last card goes at Italy, and the last card goes at the Soviet Union. Now for the non-bidding major powers, we have Japan at +4. That'll put them down at 5. We have the French at +2. That'll put them down at 6. The US at +1. That'll put them at 7. And China at 0. That'll put them at 8th, which is where they spend most of the game anyways. Alright, so Italy's up. Let's go see what they want to do. Alright, the Italians are going to be signing a minor economic agreement with Bulgaria. The prerequisites is this option may not be played against minor powers that are at war, already in civil war. To make an economic agreement, major powers initiative must be less than or equal to the minor's willpower. Well, Italy's initiative position is 1, and I don't think there are any minors that have a willpower that's less than 1. So the agreement will go through. It gives Italy a +1 political marker in Bulgaria. And now the Italian, it costs 4 money, I already spent that. Now the Italians get to activate a minor. And I think the minor they want to activate is Hungary. Let's go take a look at that. Here's the markers in Hungary. Now we'll grab them. And we'll go over to the status display. Actually, Hungary already is in the fascist ideology. We have a 2 Italian, we have a -2 German, and we have a 1 Soviet. I don't really think that's going to matter too much, the order. So we'll do the 1 Soviet. That just doesn't do anything. It takes at least 2 points to move the marker. The -2 German, however, Germany is here. The Hungary marker is here. So that's going to drive Hungary this way into a different faction. Okay, so that's going to cross a boundary. Normally costs 2 for the hex. It's going to cost an additional 1 to cross the boundary, which is 3. Hungary also has an alliance with Italy. So that's going to add another 1. So that would be 4 to go to that hex for the Hungary marker. That's just not going to happen with 2 points, -2 points. So that doesn't do anything. Now the Italians have 2 political points. Now normally it costs 3 to go to this hex, because it's 2 for the hex, 1 to cross the boundary. However, we're moving towards a major power that can control the minor. So it's 2, 3, and then you get a -1 for moving towards a major power that can control the minor within the ideology. So that nets to a total cost of 2, and the Hungary marker will join Italy in the dictatorship faction of the fascist ideology. All right, got one thing left to do. Roll to see if Italy ends the political phase. We'll come over here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll try it. All right. A 1 will end the political phase. Oh, look at that. It's a 1. So the political phase is over. Surprise, surprise. So at this point, I will roll initiative, roll the weather. Chinese are hoping for some really bad weather. And then we will go and take a look at our reinforcements for the turn. The other 3 major powers, Germany, the Commonwealth, and the Soviet Union, will get bonus bid points for next turn, having not selected a option for this turn. And we'll be back in a second with checking out reinforcements. Okay, the initial initiative roll came out with the fascists winning, followed by the Democrats and the Communists. However, the Communists asked for a re-roll at the behest of the Democrats, and also knowing that the Chinese got some serious problems. They really wanted to get the Democrats to try to get them to move first. So we did a re-roll. The re-roll came out as a 6 for the Democrats, a 1 for the Communists, and a 2 for the fascists. So the re-roll worked as far as that goes. The Democrats chose to go first. The fascists, knowing that they're not, doesn't really matter if they go before or after the Communists, decided to go last. And so the Communists will be in the middle. The weather roll was a 7, which in November, December is snow in the Arctic, snow in North Temperate, rain in the Mediterranean, clear in North Monsoon and South Temperate, and rain in the South Monsoon. The weather roll for the next set of impulses will be at a +1, and the impulse marker will move up 2 each impulse. Let's go take a look at reinforcements. I think there is a few here. Alright. Trying to get that glare out of there. Oh, okay. That'll work. Alright, as the turn marker is now November, December. We have 2 Chinese units. We have a Chinese Infantry Corps, a 3-2, not a bad one. We have a Chinese militia unit, that's the Kunming Middle Militia. We have a pilot for the French. 2 convoy points for both the Russians, the Japanese, and the Commonwealth. We have a CAG for the Commonwealth. That's probably going to make it on the map, I think. I think so. I do have pilots, so yeah, we'll be deploying that CAG. We have a submarine going in the construction pool for the Germans. We have a heavy cruiser going in the construction pool for the Germans. We have a tanker point for the Commonwealth, and we have the Gneisenau going on map for the Germans. That will influence the London Naval Treaty ratio, so I will have to adjust that. Put that over there for now. So I will get these guys deployed on the map, and we'll come right back with the first set of impulses. Alright, the Democrats are up first, and the snow in the northern, what is the north monsoon, I believe is clear. Yes, so north monsoon is clear, so down here it's clear. But up here we got snow. It's not going to affect movement, but it's going to be a -2 odds column shift for any attacks. Now, the Chinese are looking at this. Yeah, Japan's got a whole bunch of troops. No doubt about that. They could probably make an attack here anyways. I really don't want to lose Chang. So I think it's time for a strategic withdrawal in this area. And this is already flanked. The river system's already broke as far as that's concerned. So, that being said, the Nationalists will take a land. This aircraft's probably going to have to rebase. I think. I think this guy to here, this guy to here, this guy to here. And those 2 to there with that one. That's going to end up flipping over. But he's going to be behind a river. So that's not a bad thing. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to have to do. So we're going to move this unit to here. The Shanghai Warlord will go back into Shanghai. And this guy is going to come down to here. He's going to go to here. He's going to go to here and flip over, unfortunately, but hey, these 1-1 units, that's the way it is. And he's going to go to here. And Chang is going to go back to Chengdu, giving up a resource. But I don't really see any other way at this point. Do I really want to move that there? Don't think the Japanese will get a 1-hex attack on that. Probably not. Probably not. I don't want 2 units that are flipped over. Yeah, he's going to go to Wuhan instead. Yeah, okay, and that's the land impulse. The last thing they can do, I believe, looking at the sequence of play, I think they can rebase, air rebases, yeah. There's no combat, so air rebases. We got to get this guy out of there, because I think I'm going to rebase him to here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. This hex is pretty tough. It's got 7 defensive points in it. 1 unit is flipped over, but yeah, that's the way it goes, you know. So the Japanese are actually going to be a little bit spread out, I think. Thinking they're going to get spread out a little bit here. I think that's it for the... Oh, let's move this. Chung Kuming Militia. He'll move here. The Warlord will move here. That's it. Next up is the Communists. Okay, we'll stay right here. The Communists can draw supply from this hex because this city is now a Communist city. So he's not out of supply. But if the weather gets really super bad, then he would be out of supply. I'd really love to get the Lan Chao militia there. It would really toughen that hex up. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to move him up. It's going to flip him over. Well, I think it'll be okay. I'm also going to move this guy up to here. It's going to flip him over. I think he's going to be okay. I don't think that's doubled. So that's 10. That's 8. That's 16 points. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that in the snow. All right. That's it for the Communists. We're on to the Fascists. I think I'm just going to skip. I don't see Japan making any attacks this turn. I'm just going to move some stuff around. If I think I can get an attack, then I'll come back. If not, I'm probably just going to run through the turn. The Soviets are going to be continuing to move units out of Persia. That's their big thing. Railing units into European Russia. That's about all they're going to be doing right now. The French are doing nothing. The Germans are doing nothing. The Italians are doing nothing. The Commonwealth is really got nothing to do. So, yeah, I'll break and come back if anything looks like it's going to actually happen. Okay, so the turn actually went all the way to the very last box on the impulse track, box 28, and it was the Democrats who ended the turn. The weather roll for the last set of impulses was a 12, which is blizzard, 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 storm, storm, rain, the absolute worst one you can get. So I'm sure you can tell from that the map's probably pretty much shut down at that point. There really wasn't a lot that happened beyond what I'd originally shown you, other than the Soviets continuing to move units out of Persia and rail them back to Europe. So, the U.S. entry rules for Japan were they took one city, so there was 2 rolls. The roll was a 6 and a 1, which nets out to a -1. I think that was about it. Yeah, so let's go right to... the partisan roll was a 6, which was Malaya. Possible partisan popping up there, and I rolled high enough so it didn't have anything happen. Okay, so let's go to production. So we have the Germans producing 9 now without saving oil. So they produced 9, it started with 9, and they spent 2 on a single engine fighter, a BF-109. Japan produced 7, started with 5, and spent 7. They got a militia. They're laying down the battleship Yamato. They're building a convoy point, and they're laying down the carrier Shosaku, I think. Shokaku, yep. Okay, so the Italians produced 4, started with -1, spent 3. They're laying down a carrier as well, and a convoy point. The Soviets produced 3, started with 2, spent 3. They got 2 tanker points. The tanker points are going to be for the oil that's in Persia. And a pilot. So that's actually 4. Yeah, I wrote that wrong. They spent 4. All right. Actually, I can change that. Now they spent 3. Sorry about that. Sometimes you just can't do math. All right, Commonwealth. Commonwealth produced 5, started with 4, and spent 4. They got a convoy point, and they're pulling 2, a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser out of the construction pool. And they're both... 1-point jobbies, I think. Nope, a 1 point and a 2 point, so that's a total of 4. There we go. France produced 3, started with 2, and spent 2. They pulled the single-engine fighter out of the cups. It's about as good as the one that the Germans got. The U.S. Produced 3, started at -1, and spent 4. They pulled the Colorado out of the construction pool, and they built a convoy point. The Chinese produced 2, started at -2, and spent 3. They got an infantry army they're going to put on the circle. Okay, so I will get these units put on the production circle. Also, the next turn is January, February, so I need to add I need to go through the 1938 Force Pool editions to all the cups. Get that done, and I'll see how long this turn is. If it's not too long, maybe we'll just jump right into January, February. Should be a pretty good turn. There's a number of major powers that can have gear ups next turn, so I don't think the weather's going to do anything, so the maps are probably going to be shut down for the most part. So hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff, and if I don't add to this video, then we'll see you soon.